What is going on, guys? This is your boy Tanveer Saeed, the Bengal Dragon. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, follow me on Twitter, TanTiger01, hit that bell notification button. I hope you all are staying safe in this increasingly uncertain times. Best way to describe it, but okay. In case you're wondering, yes, I got Doom Eternal, and I pre-ordered Doom Eternal as well. And with the pre-order of Doom Eternal, you get Doom 64. So this is going to be a video about Doom 64 because this is the first time I've played Doom 64. Just a moment. It's not like I'm not playing Doom Eternal. Obviously, I'm playing Doom Eternal as much as I can, which I will explain to you a bit more in my Doom Eternal review. Yes, I am going to do a Doom Eternal review. As far as I have seen, this game has done something spectacularly well compared to Doom 2016. And this game has done something horribly compared to Doom 2016. So, yes, it's not all roses. Well, it's not all thornless roses. It's quite thorny roses. But very big roses at that. It still has some thorns. It still has perhaps some jagged thorns, protruding long thorns. It's still rosy. Anyways, back to Doom 64. You know what? As the first time I heard that name, I'm like, man, this is a ripoff. This is a watered down version of Doom for the Nintendo 64. Oh my God, was I so wrong? Believe me, I had lots of fun playing Doom 64. Okay, yes, you don't have some of the enemies, but you have, I think, one or two new types of enemies. You have upgraded versions of current enemies. They went for a bit more of I won't say Quake 2, because Quake 2 went more for a Doom feel, because from what I heard, they went for more of a Quake feel. I didn't play Quake, I played Quake 2. And Quake 2 had that, like that heavy metal song in the background. And actually, you know what? I actually miss Quake 2. It's like, for the PlayStation 1, it was a pretty good game. Alright, but given Doom 64, okay, and I'm talking about playing this on the PlayStation, on the PS4. I don't know if this is the EX version or whatnot. I did not play it in the Nintendo 64, so on the PS4, released in 2020. Okay, the lighting, if you take it as it is, the lighting is an issue. It's definitely an issue. More particularly, the contrast is an issue. Because objects don't appear as prominently as they would, compared to even, let's say, the original Doom. The original Doom, things are very easy to spot. Yeah, they went for the variable lighting and whatnot, and they also bumped up a lot of the sound effects. And they also redid a lot of the animations, which I thought was actually pretty sweet. But yeah, the lighting was an issue. But here's the thing. You can actually go to the settings and bump up all the lighting features, and it would solve like 90% of the problem if lighting is an issue. That's what I did because I'm legally blind, I have very little vision, so I need very good lighting to play a game. Maybe there's a hint there on why it's taking me so long to finish Doom Eternal. The gameplay was challenging. The puzzles were challenging. Yes, there was, the action was not that fast paced, but still, they did a good balance with it. In terms of putting backtracking puzzles, and not only the enemy speed, but even the Doom Marine speed, the movement of speed and reaction and whatnot, it's a little slow. Some people might think it might be lagging or a little bit, like the frame rate issue or whatever. It somehow meshes very well, and it provides a decent enough challenge. I understand how this game did not do very well in 1997 when you had other good games coming out. Unreal, was around the corner. Quake was there. Quake 2 was there. So, Doom Eternal is basically rehashing a game from 1993, remaking it again and again. So, yes.
Twitter, now, Bruce Litz just tweeted. I saw.
Excuse me.
One notification. Twitter, group, now, Bruce Litz just tweeted. I saw that on it. One notification.
Hold on.
Now, Bruce Litz just tweeted. One notification. Twitter, group, now, Bruce Litz just keep clear all.
Yeah. Sorry, this is what happens. This is, you could say, uncut versions of videos. I might switch it up. But anyways. Doom 64 slowed down things just well enough to actually make the game a bit more challenging, not only in terms of gunplay, but in terms of strategy as well. It made it just a bit more challenging. Okay, the maps are pretty elaborate. A lot of the maps reminded me of some of the much more larger maps of Doom 2, which was a good thing. Okay, the boss encounters, they were good, and especially this is one game that punished you for not exploring enough and not finding enough secrets. Because the less secrets you find, the harder the final stage, Absolution, will become. And yes, I will put it this way. I will put it this way. This final level, this was a worthy final level of a Doom game of its type. The Spider Mastermind was a bit too easy. I might be considered a heretic for saying this, but I'm sorry. The Spider Mastermind, you had the BFG 9000, just smack it in the face 3 or 4 times with it, and that's it. The Icon of Sin, if your aim was good, the Icon of Sin was even easier. Because if you must be very frank about it, you can actually, not one, you can actually get almost two rockets in. Sometimes you might even be able to get 2 rockets into that hole, in the wall. If you whilst you're moving up the elevator, if you time it perfectly. So, and it takes 4 rocket shots to to get into it. And the enemies respawn very slowly. Doom 64, on the other hand, yes, you don't have infinite monsters, but if you like how I did, if you did not get all the artifacts in the previous levels, the final level becomes incredibly hard. So this I found out once I got to the final level. I'm like, oh my god. And after that, you have to fight the mother demon. As for me, in a game where the contrast is not as good and the mother demon's color scheme helps her blend in with the background quite a bit, the background, the floor quite a bit, I'm like, okay, little hard to figure out where you are. It's not like the cyber demon. The cyber demon is huge, very easy to spot. The spider mastermind also very easy to spot. But the mother demon, yeah. But yeah, this was a worthy final of a final level. It's like she has the powers of a revenant and an archvile combined, and well, I don't think she can, because I didn't see her resurrecting other demons. But yeah, just to give you an example of this level, the precursor. Because here's it, the icon of sin, you can defeat the icon of sin in Doom 2 whilst all the other enemies are still in the background. In this one, no. The mother demon will not appear until all the other demons are dead. So you have to go through all of them. And just to give you an example, there are too many lost souls and those pain elementals. They just keep coming and coming and coming and coming, and to add to that the Arachnotron, and just to blend into Doom 64, no, Doom Eternal a little bit. Like, really? The first new enemy you show me is the Arachnotron? And that too, not designed that well, Arachnotron? Oh my god, believe me, in the beginning of the game, the Arachnotron was the bane of my existence. Every time an Arachnotron showed up, I'm like, oh my god, 5 seconds in front of this stupid machine and I'm gonna die. But anyways, that's basically it. What I think of Doom 64, I think it's an underrated game. I think just because of its Nintendo connection and whatnot, and yeah, for a lot of reasons, it kind of gets it's considered the dark sheep of the original Doom game, but it's definitely worth a play. It's actually good. Yeah, it's something different from the original Doom games, but still, it's somehow familiar enough. And it's actually challenging. So if you haven't played this game yet, if you can find the Doom 64 EX version or the 2020 version on the PlayStation 4, definitely do play it. It will take up a decent amount of your time, especially if you don't look at the walkthroughs. It'll take up a decent amount of your time. All right, that's about it. As soon as I somehow manage to finish Doom Eternal, I will provide you with a review of Doom Eternal. But other than that, please stay safe and hit that like, subscribe, bell notification button. This is your boy on the side, the Bengal Dragon, signing out.